Welcome,
I
sir.
don't know how many participants.
You are looking so young, sir.
Thank you for that compliment. There are some reasons actually. I will not get into those why I look what I look today. In fact, my experience is very vast actually. 40 plus years of hands-on and mental work. That kind of work I was involved. And 2001, when I got into Art of Living, after listening to Guruji in Singapore, the auditorium was next to our office. I was quite impressed with the short meditation he made us do, and we were going through a lot of stressful life. So nobody pushed me to do the course. Then I decided to do the course against my office timings. And that helped me to carry out multiple projects, huge projects in China, Korea, and Japan. Up to 42 projects I was handling alone for a Dubai-based company. And every project we have thousands of drawings, design approvals, and overall concept to completion like projects. And one after the other, they started giving me when they saw me handling almost single-handedly. Of course, we have side teams, but overall, that is thanks to Sudarshan Kriya. I used to practice religiously, regularly, without a gap, but I didn't have a chance to do along with others, groups Kriya. I was doing alone, whether I was in Dubai or I was in South Korea, I was in China, but never stopped for a day. And those countries, very difficult to get vegetarian food, especially in South Korea and China. I managed to survive somehow with whatever little available. And with that, only breathing techniques helped me to carry out my job, remain healthy. Even during SARS, I was in China for 5 years. And I was working from home that time. And it was quite hard. In 2003, I'm talking. And even I had to work from home those days. I was doing projects in Korea and China. And it's all because of the regular practice of Sudarshan Kriya. It's a very powerful thing to prevent stress, manage multiple projects, and with ease. Just to conclude, in Korea, they were wondering because Chinese and Japanese and Koreans came to know I'm handling alone 42 projects. How is it possible, single man? So they interviewed me. Actually, I have a Korean, their magazine copy in soft copy. We will share later on. They interviewed me to motivate the designers in Korean shipyards. Hundreds of designers there. Just to motivate one man could handle 42 projects. Why we are struggling so much for each project you need so many people. So they were trying to figure out what is the difference, why, how. So the root of the problem, root of the issue was very difficult to make people understand what is Sudarshan Kriya unless they go through. And Naga could not come there. They were interested in doing course actually. And there were some restrictions in Art of Living also that if she comes to Korea, whether she could conduct classes, that issue was there. Anyway, we didn't take it seriously, but they were interested. Seeing me as an example, how this man is managing so many projects. On site, I used to work all day, and evenings I used to work other paperwork sort of thing, 6, 7, 8 hours. So it's all because of Sudarshan Kriya, nothing else. I'm not special, I'm not very intelligent, my memory is not so good, but I could manage. Thank you for your patience and listening about it. And this is one of the experiences I shared with you. I've been doing quite a lot after that also. And your question about how come you're looking so young, there is much more to it apart from Sudarshan Kriya. That we can discuss in a next session sometime if I'm given an opportunity to talk.
No, we have time, sir. We have time. You can go ahead. Because you kept us in suspense, sir.
Okay. The kind of work I was handling, because I mastered computers also, although I'm not a computer educated person, but I mastered computers. I was handling multiple 42 projects, everything on the hard disks. I had 10 hard disks to carry because my brain doesn't have so much memory, as it is my memory is poor, and I had to carry. And all this led to sugar problems. I didn't realize actually, but it was too much. I was put on medication, my doctor brother. I was still managing projects in China, Korea, Singapore, everywhere with taking medication. I was fed up. I used to walk 35,000 steps. Did not help me a bit. All kind of medications and the walking, nothing helped me. Then I decided to do some research. I quit my job, well-paid job in Singapore, moved back to India in 2017. Ever since I've been with Naga, I should tell you, honestly, that this is the best quality time we had last 4 years. And I did research into uh, the body components. I'm a designer of the pumps and systems, so the body system is very easy for me to understand. Online, lot of research I did for 2.5 years, 3 years. I went on total fasting, water fasting for 5 days, no meat. There is a record of 280 days, one will not die, body doesn't want to die. I'm a strong believer of that. I went on, she was worried, if something happens to you, what about us? That was her concern. I said, no, body will not die. It'll give you enough warnings before it dies. First of all, it will make you lie down on the floor or on the bed. It will not allow you to get up. That is the last stage. After that, it may happen. I knew this. I went on. Everybody was worried, but my sugar levels came down to almost normal. Stopped medication during that time. Against all the doctors' advice, my younger brother is a specialist, ex-CEO of Care Group of Hospitals in Hyderabad. So I didn't listen to him, but I had to break because of his word after 5 days. My sugar levels came down, my lipid profiles were normal, he was shocked. Even today, he's shocked. 3 years passed, no medication, no headache, no stomach ache. I eat plenty during the day. I eat whatever I want except carbohydrates and sugars, dangerous substances. Rest, everything else I eat. And I do light exercises. Now I stopped walking also. Last 3 years, I've not gone for walking. I should do a lot of walking, medication, 10 years. I gave up all that. Today, your statement gave me is like a compliment to me. That definitely, yeah. Many people say also they can't make out my age. I am 66 for your information. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I can't hear sound. Okay. Maybe they are muted. They are muted. So, okay.
Yeah,
Thank
we are
you.
all muted.
Yeah, thank you. I wanted to share that also because part of it, since you mentioned that you look so young, it's not because of that. I uh, I practice everything knowledge based actually. I spent a lot of time developing knowledge into all subjects. I'm a mechanical engineer. I mastered marine engineering. I'm one of the unique specialists. I'm treated as specialist maritime professional. I get projects. I handle 12 projects online from home. At home, whenever in between she calls me for any doubts and all that. Otherwise, she's on her own. I am on my own. I work round the clock. Whenever I feel like sleeping, I sleep. I don't eat all nonsense substances, mainly sugar-based and carbohydrates. I totally avoid. Natural food I eat. Anything natural which can become a plant, which can become a tree, those seeds I eat, those nuts I eat, and I survive on that, basically. Sometimes, occasionally, some milk and curd. This I take. So I balance proteins and other stuff, but carbohydrates I totally avoid. That is the only reason what I am today. Nothing special. No doctor consultation in my life actually, except my brother I went to after sugar problems. But that also I stopped now. I tell them, I think medical community have to change their style of functioning basically. Once in a week, total fasting, that is water fasting. Occasionally, they call it Ukapuddu, right? Ekadashi, one meal in a day. This practice, olden days, my mother, I saw her doing it. I think that is the best practice to live healthy life, because we must allow body to repair itself, like taking a car to garage for normal preventive maintenance. Body needs that to consume the rotten proteins within the body to help prevent cancer, Alzheimer, or any other disease. Honestly, I'm a strong believer in this. Later on, I came to know that 2016 Nobel Prize was given for
Yeah, Japan scientist. Yes,
autophagy. Yeah,
yes.
Japanese scientist, and he did an experiment. But after I did all this, I came across that video actually. Then I said it gave me more confidence. What I'm doing is right. Nobody can contradict my belief. Of course, I did a lot of research, videos, and I studied all the journals of the researchers from different sources to understand what it is actually, where the how the body behaves. As an engineer, it was easy for me to understand body systems actually. So I could easily understand heart is a pump basically. I'm a pump designer. Why the heart, speeds up and speeds down, how it happens. Very amazing technology. We use in electrical field. Operate the pumps variable speed, we call it. So it was very easy for me to correlate between mechanical electrical systems and the human body organs. We have filters like you have kidneys and liver. So everything is very easy to compare with the mechanical systems. So I could believe it, and I worked on myself. Today what I am because of that. And of course, Guruji's grace is always there. And I'm thankful to him because 2001 I started practicing. It helped me. Please do practice and religiously practice and have good, healthy food habits, especially. And I think long way to go. We can be very happy, be healthy. We can do a lot of things. I challenge my people actually. My sister-in-law is a scientist in CCMB, senior scientist. I told her, take me as a subject and do experiment on me, not on rats. I signed the papers. Yeah, I signed the papers, whichever you want. They could do research on me actually. But I'm a strong believer of that. I approved it and I'm maintaining it. I feel very energetic. Even today, 5, 6, 7 floors, I can go up and down 2, 3 times in a day easily. So at the age of 66. So please.
Somebody posted, please tell one Guru story, means your first Guruji's interaction.
Yeah, that first interaction when in Singapore, as I mentioned, from office, I came down from that huge building you see on the TV also every time, Millennium Towers. It's a trapezium on top. And we were there. 7 o'clock, I came down with my bag. Naga came there. And we went into the auditorium. Guruji started around 7:30, I think. It was a perfect situation for me to get an opportunity to listen to Guruji and be with Guruji in that auditorium, beautiful auditorium. And we sat through. I was not a believer of all these prayers and many things in my life. I just worked. And then I realized there is something. And he made us do a little bit of meditation, I think, and so much change, so much relief I felt. It was a stressful life. In Singapore, life was not easy those days, especially. We used to work around the clock 7 days a week and throughout 7 years. Then I felt there is something, because I am a person very inquisitive actually. I must go deeper into it. So I did that time it's a basic course. Ria Pillai was my teacher. Thankful to her. She's a good teacher, in my opinion. And it was excellent. And I changed. I quit my job actually. I decided to quit and I moved back to Singapore. India, Naga, came back to Isaac. And then I went to Korea. There's a different story. But that made me think in a different way. After that, I did advanced course, luckily with under China. Now I think Swami Suryapada. So we used to call him China those days. So I enjoyed his teaching in advanced course because at that time also Guruji was there, a couple of occasions, couple of days. And his teachings were very explanatory. So I'm a person, little bit of intellect, I mean, intellectually very strong, memory was very weak actually. So because of that, maybe I had to challenge things. So, but I understood everything, advanced course. Then I did DSN when Naga arranged DSN course in Vizag. I was there, and I happened to meet Vinodji, and he was quite impressed. I don't know why with me, and I did DSN under him. And fortunately, I had excellent teachers, and that also helps me because I'm a challenging person. So I need good teachers who can explain everything to make me understand, actually. So then I started realizing there is something I should do, the inner engineering part, basically, which I neglected for almost 60 years, I should say. But I kept doing, I'm still doing a lot of research into that part on my own various sources. I would not like to mention here, but I listen to every source. That's my habit. And I'm trying to master this to understand what is consciousness and how is it managing the mind and body. So I can give a lot of analysis. I'm trying to master that process on my own, actually, from various sources. Yeah, thank you so much for your patience and giving me time to share my few thoughts. I keep listening to Guruji's online videos, where sometimes live sessions along with Naga or myself, just on the videos. Thanks to YouTube, there is so much knowledge there. Yeah, I finished my part. Thank you for your patience.
Yeah.
I was listening to you when you started a few every sentence is so important. One should really think a little more deeper into what you're talking. Few things I heard you saying, but they make a lot of sense, and one should learn to really think about it. Actually. Not just take the words as it is, but think what is behind it. Why are you saying this? I think that is a good process. I was impressed and I enjoyed your few words.
Sir, one question.
Yeah.
How is your heart pumping now? Because you sat besides.
Yeah, I'll tell
Madam,
you
no?
now. Right, right now it is a little
No,
loose,
don't see
actually, not
that.
showing.
Don't see that.
Normally, it is about 90 beats per minute, and it varies between 70 to 90, 95.
No,
My
no. What I'm asking, you sat besides Madam, no? How your heart is pumping now?
that you must ask Madam, because she knows better than my own heartbeat. No, but she is honestly, okay, I should say a few things about her. Very dedicated, very committed. Uh, any opposing views or opposing, she can't tolerate, actually, because she has done a lot of research. I've seen the way she reads, ferocious reader, listener, online every session. And when she used to work, when I was working in Korea, China, she used to go around Srikakulam, Anantapur, conducting classes for prisoners in Vizag, in Hyderabad, conducting classes for policemen, electricity department in Hyderabad. Anantapur, she used to go and stay in a small cubicle, clean herself that room and conduct classes and bring people together, because there always gun shooting and stabbing incidents, and she spent a lot of time in Anantapur. I know her, what she was doing. Behind the scene, I was like a backbone, I love to play backbone role. Like last 1 year, 1.5 years, Zoom sessions, we didn't miss 1 second here and there. Perfect, everything is working. And I mastered Zoom also in the process, just to make sure that things go smoothly, especially during Kriya. I didn't want interruption because I practiced myself so much. How important it is to do Kriya with a focused mind, and peace and calm, and it helps. In a lousy, noisy atmosphere you do, it doesn't help really. It's not good practice. Isolate yourself, practice nicely, do 30 minutes proper Kriya. I'm sure a lot of benefits. I can talk on that, what happens when you do Kriya. In a computer terms, I can explain to people. In some other session, we will talk.
No, you are going logical, sir. I'm asking what happens after you sat besides Nagamani Reddy garu.
I cooled down quite a bit actually. Uh,
No, I must tell you this, Srinivas Garu. Every
Cheppu.
day when I'm busy in the kitchen, he'll try to sleep on my side of the bed so that he can absorb all my energies.
See, nothing wrong, right? I mean, it's coming free. Why not take it?
Ranare prana catches prana.
Correct. I got it.
But it's difficult for people to understand. Maybe at a very lower level, I mean, school level, when the minds are very tender, very easy to grasp and also believe. I think it should be inculcated into people that time. Unfortunately, I never had that opportunity. I mastered my engineering to any level. I went, I built world best ships also. And but that is all technology. But when it came to the body engineering, I never learned. I mean, our education system was like that, and probably I was not so keen on that. But later on, I realized after doing it now with this, Sudarshan Kriya is one technique I really, it's the strongest technique in the world. People don't realize unless they go through. So it's difficult to bring people into that. I've seen that how she used to work. Those days you won't believe local phone call from in Vizag apartment. We had to pay 6,000 rupees a month just on the phone call. That the amount of calls she used to make just to get few people for the class. She never used to give up, and that belief and that strength brought her here, and maintaining her health, even my health, it improved because of those techniques. So I strongly advise, and we should not waste this knowledge and technique, and share with as many people as possible. That's more very difficult to share, I know, but when they see you, they believe you. That is one thing. So you should be able to prove yourself that by doing this, I'm like this. Then the people believe. Koreans wanted to. There is an article we will share. I'll give it to her later on. She'll share that simple article to motivate the designers in Changwon city. Very interesting. Naga, next to Naga, we have divergent opinions. We used to have. I think they converge now. I must say this. After my 4 years gap from my routine work, I've been working from home, but I realized no, there is a path, convergence path. I can say today, yes, I'm always on the same target, but maybe following a slightly different path, looking her path also, side by side. May not be in the same path, but side by side, but I'm close to her. So I can feel every minute. She's deeply involved, and I don't know how many people have seen her doing things. Not today, from 2000 onwards, not 21 years almost. So she's and also a ferocious reader. She is not like that actually. I don't know how many people know she has done MA psychology, BSc Home Science. After that, B.Ed. She did a computers diploma in Singapore, and after all doing all this on the art of living side, she read so many books. She bought on those days not digital material, so she used to buy books. A lot of books she bought. Every book she went through thoroughly, day in day out. Now mostly online watching videos and other things. I think it helped her to maintain her good health, mental and physical. That's a proof. And I have learned in the process, as you said, when she's next to me, not next to me, anywhere, we can see the vibrations actually in the house. We are lucky. We are very lucky actually. She works very hard, and basically at home also, she does all the work, and she maintains her whole day on AOL site, meetings or anything, classes. Either she's learning or teaching, one of this. She's attending a class to get certified in something, or teaching, or learning something, watching Guruji's videos. So these practices, why I'm sharing is overall development comes only this way. So everybody can achieve. There is no rocket science in this actually, and not much of expenses involved actually. It's such a beautiful technique. We are fortunate to be in India. India is the richest country in my opinion. I've been to 100 countries for your just information. Lived in 5-6 countries, but I feel India is the richest country among the entire world. now with this knowledge, and we can be superpower if everybody believes and gets into the knowledge rather than going haywire, only eating. That I'm waiting for those things to happen. Fortunately, Guru, I mean, Modi ji is in the right seat. Things are changing for good. He's a living model of yoga, spreading yoga across the globe. I'm thankful to him for that. Actually, it's a big thing in happening in the world, which is needed. Otherwise, it will break into pieces. So I think that's all. And thanks a lot. And I think
Super,
I hope
super.
I have not bored you.
No, no,
talk
no,
much is there,
no,
but
no, no, 100%.
any other occasion we will talk. I think
Correct,
others
correct,
will be having
correct.
some other priorities. I should not take their time. I do teach online Excel to many people, employees of banks and CAs who are undergoing courses and they have not got a job. I mastered Excel. I teach online free to all the participants. I've been teaching different classes, sometimes 2, 3, sometimes 10, sometimes 12. I do online teaching, free classes, Excel. I don't charge. Satisfaction, actually, sharing knowledge, because I don't lose anything, right? Money I have not amassed, but knowledge I have amassed. I can say I can share freely on the computers and also Excel. I've done that. I've been doing, actually. Some of the teachers also, we had few classes on computers. They simplify so that they can manage, because this technology world today, every teacher has to come to some level to manage their own life with computers. And they can teach their children as well, the teachers.